Hi, I'm Sharon Clancy and this is Wexford County Matters. Coming up on this week's show, woo! It's Suicide Prevention Month, so we visit the new Live and Learn Suicide Prevention charity shop in Wexford to find out what help and training is out there. The What's Cooking in Europe Multicultural Cookbook is the fruition of the great work from this year's Erasmus Plus Dyers project with Our Lady of Fatima School. The Wexford Volkswagen Stages Rally races into town for a fantastic weekend of rally driving and a few close calls with races to the finish. 190 supercars cruise through the county and give us a display of some of the finest and most expensive cars on the market at this year's Cannonball Run. Hello and welcome to the show. Now, Suicide Prevention Day was on the 10th of September, so we took ourselves along to the newly opened Live and Learn Suicide Prevention charity shop in Wexford Town. Now, according to the World Health Organization, over 800,000 people die from suicide every year. That's one person every 40 seconds. Ireland is currently seeing a suicide epidemic. So we talk now to Ray Cullen, CEO of Talk to Tom, to find out what help and training is there for you. Ray, a real pleasure to meet you now this morning in this fantastic new charity shop. Live and Learn is all about suicide prevention. Tell us how the shop came about.
It came about here in Wexford Town to provide funding for our suicide prevention training programs that we actually run. It originally started in Gorey in 2012 with Talk to Tom, which is a suicide prevention organisation in Gorey, which I'm the CEO of. And that shop in Gorey, Talk to Tom shop, provides funding for all our counselling and psychotherapy services. And I suppose to use the analogy, what actually happened in relation to that service, we found that we were standing on the side of the river, jumping in and saving people when drowning, when they were really in crisis. And about 3 years ago, I walked down the river and looked at the reasons why people were jumping in the first place, and seen a huge gap, and felt the necessity to provide services for people who were actually underground before they climbed the cliff top to jump off, really.
Ray, it's so unfortunate and that more and more people are taking their own lives, and it's a tragedy here in Ireland, and suicide is an epidemic. What can you do? How can you help people? Even can they pop into the store and get advice from here?
Yeah, they certainly can, and we have a dedicated helpline number, which is 0818 30 30 61, and they can make contact and they can call into the store to be the first point of contact. All of the staff here will be trained in suicide prevention training also, and can be signposted to the services that people need.
Now, you brought over a certain type of training from America. Tell us about that.
Yeah, in 2013, I introduced a program called QPR over here, and it was out of necessity, just purely for the safety of our own volunteers, that they had the skills to be actually able to help people. And there wasn't anything else available to us as an organisation. And when we brought it over here, then we trained all of our volunteers, and then we strategically trained people in the community, the local boxing clubs, the hurling clubs and teachers, and there was a huge demand for the programme. And then even outside of Gorey, lots of other organisations that were doing similar type of work to us in suicide prevention didn't have access to the training either. Wexford Marine Watch here in Wexford Town, who had in excess of 100 volunteers, again didn't have that training available to them. So we're providing training now to lots of other organisations, including Wexford Marine Watch.
And also the schools, you're rolling out a brand new schools programme for secondary schools. Tell us about the school in Bridgetown. Yeah,
we developed a programme last year, and it's an interactive workshop as opposed to a classroom where the kids actually get involved. And we designed a workbook, and kids are actually then using the workbook and they take it away with them. And it's a coping skills programme, which doesn't actually specifically deal with suicide. There's lots of issues that kids have, gender issues, drugs and alcohol. So they get the opportunity to actually choose their own topic that's more relevant to that particular group during the course of the workshop. That was a fantastic success, a huge success in Bridgetown Community School, where we piloted it to 140 students. And the feedback from all of the students and the staff in the school was amazing. Now the hope is that we'll roll that out now to other secondary schools in the county in the coming months.
And where can people find out more information now just about the Talk to Tom or Live and Learn charity shops?
Yeah, they can find it on our website, www.talktotom.ie or liveandlearn.ie also, or our Facebook pages, and everybody can go and give us a like.
It's imperative to let people know that they have options. Why don't you pop along to one of the Live and Learn suicide prevention shops at any time? There are trained professionals there to help. They're in Wexford or Gorey. Now for our next piece, we go along to County Hall for a very exciting book launch. What's Cooking in Europe is part of the Erasmus Plus Dyers project, all set in our very own Our Lady of Fatima School. Now this is a fantastic example of progression with inclusion and acceptance. So let's meet some of the teachers now from the school to find out more. Melissa, it's so wonderful to catch up with you. I can't believe it's 9 months later now when we caught up with you at the Lady of Fatima School and it's all worked out. Talk us through what's cooking in Europe.
Oh, we're so happy to have you here, and we're so happy to be here on this day. It's the fruition of a project that we started way back in November. We met you in January. We were putting together a multicultural cookbook for our Erasmus Plus project. If you remember, we had our European partners from Turkey, Germany, France and Italy with us on that day, and we were all cooking our traditional recipes. Now those recipes have now been formulated in a very accessible format for people with learning and reading difficulties, and now today we have that together and we are going to launch
now,
it.
It's a huge accomplishment to actually get this book totally published, printed and everything, and it looks fantastic. Talk us through some of the funding.
So Lergos fund the project, and so Lergos give us the money so that we can go and visit these European schools.
Now Lergos is a European government funding body.
European government funding project, and it's funding educational for our purposes. It's funding transnational educational projects. And what we are doing is we are collecting our observations of special education in the European schools. We are bringing them back to Ireland, and we are compiling our observations and we are sharing it with the other teachers in all of the schools in Ireland. So that's why Lergos fund us. We need to have a production at the end of this for everybody, so it's accessible to everybody.
And I know you are an ambassador, Melissa, for that here in the country. And do you think you've completed your objectives? Has it all worked out well?
Well, I hope so. If you look around here today, we have representatives from all the schools across Wexford, primary, secondary. We have youth reach programs here. We have Adam Harris, whom we're so delighted to have. He's down from Dublin. Adam Harris, founder of As I Am, autism awareness advocate. We have some of our ambassadors. We have the German ambassador here to represent the German country, school that we were involved with. So yes, I would say it's amazing. We also have our own staff here who, I have to say, we couldn't have done this without the goodwill and the support of all the people that did yard duties, that listened to us mowing, that typed up things, that took photographs. So just an opportunity to say thank you to all of those as well in Our Lady of Fatima School.
Glenda, wonderful to catch up with you today on a very, very special day for Our Lady of Fatima School. And as Irish coordinator for the Erasmus Plus project, tell us what this entails and how important it is to have leaders like yourself in Wexford.
Well, absolutely. There's a lot of work actually involved in applying for the actual process itself. The project itself, we applied for two and a half years ago, and we received a grant from the European Commission under our national agency, which is Lergos, which are based in Dublin. And over the space of 2 years then we are involved in LTTs, project management, our two main areas, where like today this is money that we've been given from the European Commission to hold a wonderful occasion where we launch our cookbook. Also we have LTTs, which are learning, training and teaching activities, which involve both staff and students travelling to other countries but also we are hosting other countries, other schools in our school and in the town of Wexford.
That's fantastic for the whole ethos of inclusion. It's so important even to have the students so involved today, and also like to be getting the opportunity to promote their own cookbook.
Well, absolutely. Well, we are a special school, but we are a very inclusive special school. And actually, as you say that, as partners in the project, we have partners in Italy, France, Germany and Turkey. They look to us actually for our inclusive nature, and they are learning from us. So we're kind of the leaders in that way in this particular project.
What an accomplishment for our teachers and students of Our Lady of Fatima School. What's Cooking in Europe is a fantastic, fun, easy to use cookbook for all the family. And why don't you pick up your free copy now and get cooking? Now, if you have a story you'd like to share with us, you can find us on Facebook or Twitter at Irish TV, and you can also email us into wexford@irishtv.ie. Coming up on part 2, Wexford welcomes a fleet of rally cars for this year's Wexford Volkswagen Stages Rally, and 190 supercars rev up their engines for this year's Cannonball Run.